Today we're going to learn how to print to the Epson Stylus R3000 color printer. Let's get started. When you're working on printing an image, the first thing you want to do is open your photograph into Photoshop. So through Adobe Bridge, we're going to access our file that has our image that we're going to print. You can see I have edited a raw file here and have a saved JPEG version. Any file type that can be opened into Photoshop can be printed to this printer, and I'm just going to start with this finished JPEG image. So I'm going to start by opening this into Photoshop. Once your image is open in Photoshop, we can get printing. The first place we're going to go is to File and select Print. This is going to bring up a menu that's going to give us several options on how to control colors and details that we want to make sure our photos and colors look correct. The first thing we want to make sure of is that we are printing to the R3000 printer. The 1400 in our class is strictly for documents. So let's stick with the R3000. The second thing that we are going to do is go into our printer settings. And there's a few things that we want to change here. Sometimes it will be set to different paper sizes based on who printed last, and we want to make sure we use the correct paper size. We're going to select paper size, and we're using US letter normal. If we were to be printing at a larger size, like a 13 by 19, we would select Super B 13 by 19 for that size paper. Those are the two sizes that we primarily use in our class. So starting with the 8.5 by 11, you can see that is set right now. And then we will go to Layout and Printer Settings. Now here, the main thing that we want to think about is the media type, or the surface of the paper that we're working in, whether it's glossy, matte, luster, etc. We're primarily using a photo luster paper in this class. So select that. The only other setting you have to do in this window is the output resolution. You always want it at the maximum quality of Super Photo and keeping the printer speed on high speed. We'll click Save to save those settings. Now, in color management here, traditionally you'll have it set on Printer Manages Colors, but we do not want Printer to manage colors. We want Photoshop to manage our colors. And the printer profile is the same as our paper type. So when we click this, we'll scroll up to the R3000 printer, and we're dealing with luster paper. Obviously, if you were selecting a different paper type to print on, you would need to select one of those other paper types. But because we set our paper already to luster, we'll be using luster as our printer profile. In terms of our rendering intent, we'll keep it at perceptual, and then we're going to scroll down to where it says Scale to Fit Media for our scaled print size, and that will fit the photograph perfectly within that frame. Once that is all set, you can click Print. That will send the document over the network to the printer. If there are any flashing lights, that may be a sign of a low ink. Do not worry about that. The printer will still print a high quality image. If it is a solid red light, that means that there is an ink out. That must be changed before you continue printing. When it comes to putting your paper in, you have to make sure that the printing surface is facing out. Improper printing on the wrong side of the paper will result in streaky ink that does not stay properly on your paper. I hope this was helpful, and I hope your print quality looks excellent.